morning. This is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and talented T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and we're here for more yoga with dogs on Conversations with a Corgi. And today we're going to do some standing poses, but we'll start by just taking some deep breaths with your pet on your lap, breathing in through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Palms open to the sky and the universe. And we're going to move from this into sort of a kneeling pose so that I'll try to do these sideways so that you can see them better. Come over here, Biss. So you're basically on one knee with your other leg in front of you. You're just going to bring your hands to your heart, several deep breaths, admiring your pet. Switch legs. And then you can reach back with one hand for your foot and reach ahead with your other hand. And switch legs to do that on the other side. And if you have trouble with your knees, you don't need to lift your back leg because it does really grind your patella into the floor. And now we're just going to get into a lunge position. I have to take my socks off. It's quite chilly here today. I was reluctant to be sockless, but I'm falling off of my carpet, so I'm going to need my leg to be on. No socks. Come here, Biss. Come here. So we're just going to come from those positions to what we call a warrior one. So now you have your hands at your heart, one leg bent in front of you, the other one out behind you. And when I go to the other side with this, first of all, we need to back up. Come here, Biss. I'll show you another way to do that if your pet is light and okay with it. And that is to have your pet at your heart. And then you can bring your elbow to your knee, turn to the side. Normally you'd be lifting one arm towards the ceiling, but because I'm holding my dog, I'm just looking towards the ceiling, resting my elbow on my knee. And this definitely brings more of a workout to your yoga practice because holding a 20-pound dog and balancing against that weight with my own body. We'll come to the other side. And you may have to arrange where your dog's buns end up. And then we're going to come up. You can do a version of five-pointed star, so your legs are pretty far apart. Normally you'd reach up with both hands, but I'm holding my dog. So I have a four-pointed star with dog. And we'll switch arms. And then we'll come into mountain pose, which is a very strong pose. Feet about hip width apart. You can really feel the weight of your animal, even if it's a 4-pound Chihuahua, really grounding you to the earth in this mountain pose. Get you looking cute. And from mountain pose, we're going to go into a balance pose. Now, normally to do tree pose, you'd have one leg up here or higher on you. But if you're just starting with this, you don't want to drop your pet. So you can just put your toe against your ankle and continue to hold your pet. And if you want to take a little more of a risk, you can bring your foot to your lower leg. I like to call this Corgi sitting in a tree pose. And we'll try that on the other side. Now I have a lot of injuries on this left ankle, so we'll start gently on the toe. And if your Corgi still feels light, mine's getting heavy because he's sinking into my arms from my breathing while I'm doing this. You can also do a version of eagle pose. So for that, you'd have your arms twisted, but for this one, you can just cross your legs at your knee and keep your toe on the floor. I'm on my strong leg so I can bring my toe towards the back. I don't recommend wrapping your leg to do this if you're extremely good at yoga, because if you do start to tip over, you don't want to drop the dog. So this way you can at least put your toe down in a hurry. So now we have a Corgi eagle. We'll come to the other side. And I've been holding this dog a long time, so we'll go into triangle pose with the Corgi on the ground. So take a deep lunge to one side. And this is perfect because my Corgi, and typically in triangle your hand would come to the floor or to your knee, but when you've got a nice pet, it's nice to keep your hand on your pet. And now you can turn, reach up and look up. back to center, 3 or 5 pointed star pose. And come to triangle on your other side. Center. And now we'll just come back to the floor. He's pretty comfortable here, so I'm not going into lotus. I'm just going to bring my feet together. And then bring your hands to your heart. Hi. It's nice to do this with one hand on your pet's heart if you want. And as you're here, take some deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you do this, I like to take a moment to think about something that you're grateful for. Bow to everyone, again saying namaste. Thank you for joining us today for another episode of Dog Yoga on Conversations with a Corgi. Tristan says namaste. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Good boy, Biscuit. Who's a good dog?